Ishmael in Genesis 21, baby versus mocking teenager. A case for interpolation in Genesis 21, verses 9 to 10. The core contradiction. Genesis 21 contains two irreconcilable portrayals of Ishmael. Genesis 21, verses 14 to 20. Ishmael is depicted as a helpless child, carried on Hagar's shoulder, laid under a bush, and rescued by an angel. Verse 20 reinforces this image. And God was with the boy, and he grew. If Ishmael had already been a teenager or older, it would not have been necessary to mention his growth. Genesis 21, verses 9 to 10. Ishmael appears as a teenager mocking Isaac, prompting Sarah to demand his expulsion to secure Isaac's inheritance. But according to Genesis 16, verse 16 and 21, verse 5, Ishmael was 16 or 17 years old at this point. The surrounding verses 14 to 20, however, treat him as if he were an infant. This is not a stylistic flourish, but a direct contradiction in age and behavior within the same episode. The textual inconsistency. The contradiction is sharp. Genesis 21, verses 14 to 20 plus 21, verse 20. Ishmael is a small boy growing up under God's care. Genesis 21, verses 9 to 10. Ishmael is a mocking adolescent, a threat to Isaac's status. This inconsistency strongly suggests that Genesis 21 combines two traditions or has been redacted with an interpolation to reshape the story. Why 21 verses 9 to 10 is interpolation? Several factors converge. 1. Contradictory portrayals, helpless child versus mocking teenager. 2. Abrupt insertion. Verse 9 introduces a sudden and unexplained motive. 3. Theological shaping. Verses 9 to 10 are designed to exclude Ishmael from inheritance. 4. Textual fluidity. The Septuagint shows this very section was unstable. 5. Narrative flow without verses 9 to 10. The story reads smoothly if Sarah's demand is absent. Abraham provides, Hagar departs. Baby Ishmael nearly dies. God rescues. Ishmael grows. Hebrew note. In Genesis 21 verse 14, the Hebrew says, Vayaten ayel Hagar sham al shikma vayet hayeled. He put the bread and water on her shoulder, and he gave her the child. Some translations smooth this as if Abraham placed the child on her shoulder, reinforcing the infant image. Others take it as gave her the child, but the syntax still suggests dependence and smallness, clashing with the teenager portrayal of verses 9 to 10. The Islamic resonance. The helpless child imagery in Genesis 21 aligns closely with the Islamic tradition, in which Abraham leaves Hagar and infant Ishmael in the valley of Makkah, where God miraculously provides water, the well of Zamzam. This suggests that the older stratum of the story remembered Ishmael as a baby. The later interpolation, verses 9 to 10, reframes him as a rival heir to justify his expulsion and Isaac's primacy. Conclusion. Genesis 21 preserves two incompatible portrayals of Ishmael, one as a baby in need of rescue, another as a mocking teenager. The tension is best explained by redactional activity, with Genesis 21, verses 9 to 10, functioning as an interpolation to serve Israel's covenantal theology. Without those verses, the passage regains coherence and aligns with an earlier tradition, one that resonates strongly with the Islamic account of Ishmael's infancy.